practicing my name like 7 times, and I can still fuck it up. What's going on? How's everybody doing tonight? It's good comedy, right?
Yeah!
Alright, let's go. I'm not going to do a set. I was going to do a set, but I'm just going to bullshit for a little while with you guys and talk. I'm a parent. Any parents in this room? Any parents in this room? Yeah, you see how, like, you put your hand up. Is that your kid? He had such a disappointed look in his face when he raised his hand. I was like, yeah. And I know what you feel, because my kids, they did a week. They had the winter recess. Yeah, winter recess this week. No, now, to everybody else, you call it winter recess. We call it 2 weekends and 5 days. In other words, we had to be around your ass for that long. I spent a week with my kids. See, the thing is, I'm a proud Puerto Rican. Proud Puerto Rican. And I'm a stay-home dad. If you notice, no, don't clap, because I fucking hate being a stay-home dad. I just don't have a job. If anybody's hiring, I got my application ready to go. I spent a week with my kids, and I realized something. I was suspicious of it, but now I know for sure. I don't like those little motherfuckers. I don't like them. I don't like them at all. I don't like nothing about them. They're assholes. Because if you think about it, if you're an adult, right, and you're an adult, and you act like a kid, and you like the way kids act, think about the way kids act. If you knew somebody that act like that, you'd be like, that guy's a total fucking asshole. You know what I mean? Like kids, they say completely the most inappropriate thing. Like I'm playing around with my kid, and I was like, oh, you're a baby. And he's like, oh, you're a big fat baby. And I was like, hey, motherfucker, why you gotta call me fat? You know, because they say the most real shit. They say real shit. Like, if your breath stink, a kid's gonna tell you your breath stink. And I hate that shit about it. I was like, why you gotta call me fat? And today I was even getting dressed. I was getting dressed today, and somebody said, oh, Rick, you lost weight. And I look fat, which tells me, how fat was I the last time they saw me that I looked thinner? You know, was I like Ruben Studdard fat? Was I like the guy from American Idol fat? Like, and now still fat, but not as fat? Like, I think about a lot of shit. Like when I'm just hanging out, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about? You know what I mean? So my kids were off, those little fucks, for a whole fucking couple of days, and I was playing with them, and I was playing, and you know, any teachers in the room? Any teachers? Fuck you. And the reason I say that, because when they left on vacation, you guys had such a cocky look, like they're your fucking problem now. You deal with it. If you got anything to say it to my ass, because I'm leaving. And I had to deal with them, and I realized something. Like kids are like drunk roommates. They're like drunk roommates that you just, fuck, I wish you would just move out already, right? Don't you just wish you would get the fuck out of the house? So, and because they do so many weird things. They say inappropriate things. We've already covered that. Because I'm a big fat baby, and I'm telling you that they say inappropriate things. So they say inappropriate things. They're always cock blocking. It takes me forever to bang their mother. How many times did he pull you out of a really good situation? And they always want a bottle or something to drink. And they'll shit, piss, vomit at any time. They'll just be like, oh, I was talking, what the fuck is your problem? You know, just look at them and you're like, are you the dumbest fuck ever that you would do that? It's killing me. God, I hate them so much. So I just turned 40 this month. I just turned 40. No. Don't clap. And the reason why I say don't clap, is because I was sitting with some guys in the car the other day smoking some pot. And one guy was saying, oh, my dad is so old, he's 60. And I was like, oh, that's not old. And it's because I'm so close to 60. Because when I was 20, I was like, that nigga's not dead yet? What are you talking about? 60 years old, I'm fucking still alive. But now that I'm closer to 60, I'm like, oh, 60's not that bad. That's like the new 30. You know what I mean? It's not that bad. How bad can it be? So, like I said, I'm getting older. You know what I'm talking about. You guys are together 12 years, right? Together 12. So she catch you already during the bad spunk years. But what I'm talking about is I've been married like 10 years. And this is my wife, Paula. Give it up to her. Everybody's been busting her balls all night. She is hot. She is so hot. I love you so much. But you remember when I used to come like really good? You remember that? That's right. It was just fucking everywhere. Watch the curtains. She was awesome, right? She was fucking great. And now it's just like. It's fucking, you know what I'm talking about. You know exactly. I used to a fucking hit, boy. And now it's just, I'm just like, just smear it around your tits. I went to get a proctology exam. And again, there's only a few of us who know what I'm talking about. Any other guy did that? You never did it? Oh, dude, they stick like an elbow right in your asshole. So I went to get a proctology exam, and I'm not going to get too graphic, but in the morning, my urinating was a little irregular. So I woke up, and I went to the doctor, and my wife was like, oh, go to the doctor because you're being red. So I was like, all right, so I'm going to go to the doctor. So I go to the doctor, and I never saw this doctor before. Because, you know, you ladies take care of us, man. We would be stuck in a hole somewhere if it wasn't for our wife. So my wife was like, all right, let's go to this doctor. So I go, she's Georgie Miller is the doctor's name. So I'm sitting in the office, and right, Georgie Miller. It's a little moment, pause with the name. So I'm sitting there, and I'm sitting in the office, and this really hot blonde comes walking by, and I was like, oh, it's a hot blonde. And I'm looking at my wife, and I'm like, I want her to know. So then next thing you know, I'm sitting in the office, and I got my pants off, and this hot, same blonde walks in, and she turns out to be Georgie Miller, the doctor. And I was like, fuck, this is cool, it's not cool. I was like on the fence about it. So she asked me, she goes, have you ever had the exam? And she put her finger out, which I was like, what are you talking about, exam? Like touch my nose exam? I've been drunk a lot of times on the side of the highway. I've taken that one a lot. So she sits there, and I was all ready to get into like the fucking official prison position. I was ready, like, go ahead, shove it in there, doc. I was totally ready. But instead, what they do is they put you in a fetal position laying on a bed. It's a fetal position. If that's not one of the most vulnerable positions a man can be in, then I couldn't imagine anything else that is more vulnerable. So she sits there and she has the assistant come in, who happens to be a hot Dominican chick. Threw out in the fucking odds. My fantasy, my pants off. Think about this, guys. Your fantasy comes true. A hot blonde, a hot Dominican in the room, and you're the one getting finger in your ass. Alright? And the worst part is, at the end, I still had to pay that $35 deductible. That was the fucking worst part. And at the end, I swear to God, I looked up at the doctor, and she's like, sir, you okay? And I was like, you know what? I will never ask my wife for this again. Alright, guys, on that note, I'm out. Thank you very much for your time.